From the Crush Studio in sunny Florida, this is the Disney Crush Podcast. And now your two tempests in a teacup, Dave and Tony Ann.
On this week's The Disney Crush Podcast, Dave just told me that he's dying to get back to Walt Disney World. I'm not quite sure what he's talking about, but we'll find out on episode 455 of the Disney Crush Podcast.
All right, Tony Ann, I am dying to get back to Disney, but we're going to talk about that here shortly. But before we talk about that, I posted in our group. You know, I post, and you do too. We both post stuff in the group to kind of start conversations and
conversation starters. Yep.
Yeah, and then sometimes
we make shows out of them. Sometimes we don't.
Exactly.
It depends on where they go.
Exactly what I was getting ready to say. Thank you. And then sometimes we turn them into shows.
Yes.
Thank you. And so I posted this, and I thought it was a good one. You know, here's the thing about these posts: the ones you think aren't that great do really good, and the ones that you think are really, really good don't do very good. Okay. Did I say that right?
So which one did you have this week?
I thought it was going to be a really good one, and it just it was like a flop, man. Like it was crickets.
Okay.
I put Donald Duck and Chip and Dale, a lot of characters at the front door, and I put some lyrics from Paul McCartney and Wings. Someone's knocking at the door. Someone's ringing the bell. Do me a favor, open the door and let them in. So I thought, that'd be a good conversation starter. And it just wasn't so good. But I will tell you
What was the question? What was the question?
That was the question. The song. I just sang it. That was it.
Who would you hope to see?
Yeah, someone's knocking at the door. Someone's ringing the bell. Do me a favor, open the door and let them in. Who do you want knocking on your door? And it was up for days. Not too many days, a couple days, but only 5 people responded. But those 5 people, we can always count on these 5. Well, yes.
Did Deirdre say you?
No, Deirdre didn't even comment. I was a little disappointed. But
well, she's driving to her cabin. So.
But the usual suspects, and that's what I thought would be good, because these people that I'm going to mention took it exactly where I wanted it to go. Like I didn't want it to be all serious, like Walt Disney, or whatever. No, I really was hoping it was going to go this way, and it started out really good because Bill started out by saying
Bill Mitchell.
Yeah, but Bill Mitchell, he's in Disney right now, and his anniversary is. So happy anniversary, you guys.
Happy anniversary.
He said, someone who will bring fast passes back for resort guests and get rid of Lightning Lane. You can always count on Bill. And then, of course, Joy Cook, you can always count on Joy.
Yes.
A plaid with 2 cappuccinos and an air-conditioned Bentley just outside the Four Seasons. I assume the room is included in this dream.
Oh, good. When we were at Four Seasons to have breakfast at Ravello one time, there was a plaid in the lobby picking up a family. I was like, oh, it must be nice.
Did he have a Bentley?
No,
it
was one of the Disney vans.
The van. Still. Okay, well. And Mike McKee said, Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah.
So nobody wants Mickey.
No. See, but these 5 were taking it right where I wanted them to take it. Okay. And Andy Hoffman said Ed McMahon, and he's holding up a check he's holding up a check. Yeah, a $5 million check. Oh,
Speaking of which, I got a text from Glenn Kessler tonight reminding us to play the Powerball so that we could one step closer to Golden Oak. That's our dream, to win the Powerball and move into Golden Oak.
Right. And if you guys don't know, whoever wins the money, no matter what lottery they play, they're going to buy us a house and we can all go there whenever we want. That's the deal, right? Yeah. And Brenda drank wine Futrell.
No, she's a Futrell.
She's a Futrell. I get them both mixed up.
They pronounce it differently, even though they spell it exactly
Futrell is she said me and you, but
me and you,
yeah. She wants us to be, me and you. Yeah.
I miss her.
Dave and Tony.
We haven't seen her in a long time.
I know. But, so thank you guys. I appreciate the feedback, and I wish more people would have chimed in, because I thought it was starting to pick up steam. And I thought this is going to be fun. We're going to have some fun with this one. But no.
We'll try again with another question
anyway,
soon.
No, I'll just put one out there that I think is going to be just a skunk, and then it'll probably just take off like great stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway. Thank you guys for playing along. That was fun. Okay, so we got that little bit of
housekeeping
out of the way. Do you got any news or anything exciting?
I have some little news. So Disney Plus is going to have a premiere on August 20th. Leslie Iwerks, who made the Imagineering story, who made the recent Disneyland documentary, she's got a new one coming out called Disney World Builders, and it's Disney World. I don't know where to put the accent on world builders, because that's what it's about. It's about the Imagineers building a world, building Galaxy's Edge, building Pandora, building Arendelle in France, building Zootopia in Shanghai. It's going to be about what it takes to build these immersive lands that take you right into the movie. I'm hoping, this is August 20th, I'm hoping that we get a little preview of the new lands that are coming, like Monsters Inc. Land or
Villains Land. Yeah.
But I don't know what we're going to get, but it looks really interesting. It's all about what it takes to make a land that makes you feel like you're actually stepping into the movie.
Hey, Disney, take some notes from Universal and do something really spectacular, like really, really spectacular.
I think that I remember the first time we walked into Pandora, being blown away. The sounds, the smells, the plant life that, otherworldly plant life, stuff like that. The floating mountains. Oh my goodness. The first time I saw the floating mountains,
yeah, it's amazing.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah. The more you go, the smaller that little area gets, but.
Right. And I remember the first time I walked into Galaxy's Edge, my mind was blown and I cried.
Right. Yeah. Again, small, but yet they pack a lot into that little small area.
And I remember the first time I walked into Toy Story Land thinking, what? Why is it so hot? Why is there no place to sit? Yeah.
We were there with my daughter and my grandkids. Mm-hmm. And my grandson, we went on Slinky Dog, and they haven't been to Toy Story. And and they're now pass holders. First my granddaughter, then my daughter took my grandsons there, and they became pass holders now. So the whole family's back with pass holders again. This is going to be great. But anyway, I sat with one of my grandsons and we did the ride, and we got off, and he said, that was way better than I thought it was going to be. Mm-hmm. He was watching it. I was in line thinking, is this going to be this little kind of kiddie ride?
Well, that's what happened to Rich.
Yeah.
Rich thought it was going to be a kiddie ride. He saw it from the outside and thought, oh, it's a kiddie ride. And then he almost lost his sunglasses and he wound up breaking them because he put them like on the back of his head just to get him out of the way. And they went flying because he didn't think it was a real, major roller coaster, and he almost lost it.
Right. Yeah. So they haven't seen so much. They haven't seen in Hollywood. They haven't seen Galaxy's Edge. They had never been on Rise of the Resistance. Even my daughter Bree has never been on Rise of the Resistance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They were blown away by that. But you know what their favorite ride was? Out of all the new stuff in Hollywood studios, not everywhere. They didn't go on Guardians. I don't think they may have, but they love Tron. But I think Bree had already been on Tron, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, in Hollywood studios, guess what their favorite ride was or attraction in?
Toy Story Mania.
Nope.
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Yep, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they did not like the villain show.
Really?
No.
Oh, you told me that Brianna and Olivia said it was lame.
Oh, they called me laughing, just laughing hysterically. They couldn't catch their breath. I'm like, what's so funny? They're like, we're just laughing because you think villains was good. I like, it is good. And they said, and then you know what they said? And then you know what they said to me? They said, oh yeah, and that Captain Hook, he's the worst. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, no, he's my favorite. What are you talking about? Yeah, so anyway, I'll be planning no trips with those kids ever.
Ungrateful kids.
Ungrateful little brats. Yeah, so they really like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. They tried it. They did it several times. Anyway, enough of that. Where were we now? Sorry.
No, Dream World Builders. Think it's about the worlds, and that's August 20th on Disney Plus.
Okay, good. This should be interesting.
I'm really excited to watch it. So we have a trip in September for Judy's 80th birthday.
Oh, my goodness.
What's wrong?
No, I'm just thinking about how hot it's going to be.
In September when we go?
Oh, September's like so hot.
Yeah, Michael's excited. Michael's got it on the calendar, and we're staying off site. And
that's right. That's right. Yeah. That's unusual for you to stay off site.
Can't find a decent hotel room under $350.
Yeah. Wow. That's
Can't
crazy.
find a room. Actually, no. Pop Century was $254, and I refuse to pay that for Pop Century.
Mm-hmm.
I just won't.
Well,
I'm not paying $254 to stay at the bowling pin pool.
Well, what are you talking about? Pop Century, they got the Skyliner. That's why they've upped their prices.
Yeah, I know.
That's exactly why they did it. But here's the thing about that, if you want to get into that for just a second before we continue on, is that Disney is building some new resorts. What's the new one they got? That's a DVC, I think.
The Lakeshore Lodge.
Yeah. They're building these new resorts, but they're either DVC.
They're building DVC. That's all they're building. The last two hotels they've built has been.
You know what they need to do? They need to go back to the basics because the way how craziness is and how expensive everything is going. They need to come up with a new resort, but a budget resort.
Mm-hmm. So what would be below a value? What would the amenities at a value be that aren't at this budget hotel?
Well, one of the reasons we stay off site is because the prices have gotten so crazy at Disney. And it's just, for me to go lay my head down for 7 hours, 6 hours and pay $300 or $400. I mean, look, if money was no object, I would have no problem. But money is an object.
Right.
I refuse to pay those prices. Mm-hmm. And, Veronica doesn't like the Skyliner. She won't ride the Skyliner. So it's like, it kind of limits us there. But could they just build a budget resort? Because there basically is no more budget resorts or value resorts.
So I'm trying to think what the amenities would you take away from, like, think about the All-Stars that to make it a cheaper than that. No bus service. I don't know what you.
Well, no, you can't. You gotta. No, you gotta.
No quick service. No bus service.
No. You have to have all that. But how about compare it to maybe off-site prices? You know what I mean? That's why we're staying off.
Theming.
Well, they could have something. But talk about theming. Mm-hmm. And these new resorts and some of the refurbs they've been doing. You notice how they're kind of toning down.
They are toning down the theming. It's not quite as. It's not quite. But. Okay, they're toning it down, but they are adding more IP in the deluxe. Like they added Moana to the Poly. It's low key. They added Incredibles to the Contemporary. It's low key Incredibles decorations. I believe the Lakeshore Lodge is going to have elements of like Pocahontas-y.
Well, yeah, they're basically taking it out of the rooms, though. It looks like. There's not so much theming in the rooms. They're making them more kind of, what's the word? I don't know.
Well, I'm talking about in the rooms. The Incredibles is in the rooms at the Contemporary, and Moana's in the rooms at the Poly. But I don't know.
But some of these,
it's very subtle, though.
Right. That's what yes, right. It's not so much in your face anymore. It's very subtle. Very subtle. That's what I was looking for. Subtle. It's just a simple word, Dave. It's very subtle. It's right there. Yes, very subtle theming. Yeah. But anyway.
Riviera is all about the artwork, which is classy, the way it's done.
And I think that new resort is the same way.
Oh, yeah.
It's not in your face. It's very subtle. Very, very subtle.
I think there's going to be a giant Pocahontas statue in the lobby.
Well, that's different. It's not. At least it's not going to be in your room. You open the door and have a big Pocahontas in your room. Hey, if she was an animatronic, that'd be kind of cool. Served you drinks and coffee. The way AI is getting, that's going to happen pretty soon.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Anyway, that's it. Yeah. Just build it. Can you build up some budget hotel or value? No, a true value hotel. You still got to have
what they need to do is build more value hotels, and that would bring the price down because there'd be more inventory, supply and demand.
Exactly. Thank you. Yeah.
Although I don't think that they're going to invest in something and then lower the prices.
Right. And you could build it, kind of sort of close to, like Pop or something, if they have the land, which they probably do. But you make it just far enough that you could walk there, but you're like, no, I'm not going to walk all that way for the Skyliner. I'm just going to take the bus. So, you know what I mean? Like,
okay.
you could walk, but you're like, no, I think I'm just going to go on the bus.
Well, that's what'll make it budget. They'll put it like in Kissimmee.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, okay, wait a minute.
Different.
Time out. Oh yeah, what we're running to, I'll tell you what we're running into in because we stay off site and have for years, is we're running into all these hotels that we've been to so many that we find a place to go to, and then they end up, well, we had, the great unpleasantness, and then some of these places closed down and the hurricanes, and then some were sold. But as soon as we get used to a resort or a hotel that we stay off site at, they change or they sell, and either the prices go up and it pushes us right out. And the same things happened with this new one. Radisson just bought the hotel that we stay at, and now it's still, the prices are going up a little bit, but they're charging a lot more for certain things. Like our dog was $30 no matter how long we stayed. Now it's $30 a day. And we're like, what? Like, no. What do you know? I mean, they're charging resort fees, and now they're charging, some of these don't even charge resort fees. Now they're charging resort fees and the dog. I understand. Look, I'll pay the $30, but you don't need it for 3 days or 4 days when I'm there.
Right.
Every day. Just give me a $30 cleaning fee if that's what you want.
Okay.
Dogs never messed in our house or a resort, but whatever. I'm sure some do. But anyway, okay. You got to calm down. I'm getting a little fired up here.
That's all right. When I was looking for a hotel, I didn't realize that some of the Flamingo Crossings resorts are pet friendly. Mm-hmm. And they have 2-bedroom suites. And so like if you ever wanted to go with Brianna and the kids, you could bring Hunter and get like a 2-bedroom suite at the Residence Inn or something. Yeah,
I forget the one. Split it. There's one right across the street that I can't think of who it is now, but Veronica was looking into it, and they allow pets, and they only charge a single fee, like a $30 fee, no matter how long you stay. Mm-hmm. So we're going to look into that. We meant to go and check it out, but we were so tired this last trip, we never made it over there. Most people, right. But
So I heard a rumor, Dave, and I don't even know if it's a feasible thing.
Well, it depends on where it came from, Tonya.
Well, I've heard rumblings around the interwebs, and I don't even know where it started. There's a theory or a rumor that at D23, they're going to announce that they are completely gutting Space Mountain and rebuilding it. Is that structurally possible?
Well, sure. It's Disney. They can do whatever they want.
For them to gut the existing roller coaster, and now we're talking about at Magic Kingdom, at Disney World. Mm-hmm. And making it more like the ones in other parks where you have side by side. Like they're going to entirely rebuild this roller coaster. Well, I don't know if that's physically possible.
Why would you not think that's possible?
Because the structure was built around it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they go in there piece by piece. I mean, the thing about it is, it's like Jenga.
They built Guardians on the inside. They were inside when they built Guardians. Yeah, the building went up first.
Okay, well, they could take that thing apart. It's like, what's that game? Jenga. Mm-hmm. That, you know what I'm talking about? With the blocks?
Yeah.
Is it called Jenga or Jenga?
The one when you knock things, where you hope not to knock them down?
Yeah, you pull little things out and then...
Yeah.
How do you pronounce it?
Jenga.
Yeah. It's like that. They're going to go... The Imagineers are going to go in there and they're going to pull one little pole out of that whole place that's going to all fall to pieces. So it's so easy for them. And then just clean up the pile. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's physically possible, but if it is, I mean, I would love to see it. But I mean, I loathe Space Mountain.
Yeah, they need to do something. That's a disaster.
It didn't work for the remake of Mary Poppins. What makes you think it's going to work for this? Is a disaster. That was just a mitigated disaster. This is a disaster. Means evil star, by the way. The Latin for that word. Or Greek. Or whatever.
But again, this is a rumor. You haven't heard it from me. I'm not starting rumors.
Okay.
I'm just sharing them.
Hang on. I gotta take this phone call. Yeah. What's up, Josh? I know she's going off again. I know. I'm reeling her in. I got it. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Bye.
My favorite part of that is that you actually picked up your phone. Like, it's for a bit.
It's a bit.
Audio
it's
show.
a bit. Come on now. You got to feel it.
Yeah, I think that's really all I had. I got no misconnections. I got no idiots on Facebook.
Wow.
I don't think. Let me just check my pictures and make sure I didn't screenshot anything this week. But I don't think I did. I mean, it was the anniversary this past week of the lady who got naked on the bus. That was 7 years ago this week. For our new listeners, you could find it in the Friends of the Disney Crush. It's in the comments under a post called I Can't Believe It's Been 7 long years. And you too can see the picture of the lady in her bra and underwear on the bus 7 years ago. If you'd like to. If you don't want to, don't go there.
You might not want to go there.
It's not that pleasant.
It's not that pleasant.
Hey, Dave, I'm just looking at the pictures on my phone. It has nothing to do with Disney. At Aldi, they are selling frozen. They're selling ice cubes, but it's like the ones that you put in an old fashioned. They're like the big cubes.
Yeah, right.
It's not the balls. It's cubes.
Yeah.
So you get 4 of them. How much do you think Aldi is selling 4 ice cubes for?
Are they reusable cubes?
4? No, they're blocks of frozen water.
I don't know. I don't even want to ask.
$4.99 for 4.
I was going to say
ice cubes.
I was going to say $1 a piece, and there you go. Well,
it's more than $1 a piece.
Well, we buy water.
I know.
My son Zane thinks we're crazy. He drinks tap water. He thinks everybody's crazy for drinking bottled water. I mean, you got to think about it. Really think about this. We don't even know what we're drinking. And here's another conspiracy theory, Glenn Kessler. Just think if someone's sitting around and they're, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take water. I'm going to stick it in a bottle and I'm going to sell it. And someone probably said to him, you're freaking crazy. No one's going to buy water. And now look. I always said I'm going to
do it all the time.
Yeah. There was one company that did, they claimed that they had like million-year-old water from, Antarctica or something. Yeah, they went down so far. How do you really know? I mean, I don't know. We don't know what we're drinking. We could just be drinking tap water, and they got us. I'm going to start bottling air. I'm going to start selling air. This is pure oxygen air. Just open up the lid and...
People, they have bars where you go and you get oxygen.
Yeah, well, that's different. That's the actual oxygen.
Yeah.
And that does make you feel good. I mean, if you ever had a bottle of oxygen in the hospital, yeah.
I hate when they put me on oxygen.
Oh, no, it's good. It's good.
I have more experience with that than you.
Yeah. Well, I've had my times. Trust me. Anyhow.
They had me on this machine in the hospital. It's called a BiPAP, and they put it on your face, and it's a mask, and it like sucks your face in. And like when I was unconscious, I didn't even know. But when I was more alert, I ripped that thing off. I was like, get this thing off my face. They also had me on a ventilator at one point, so that was fun. But I really didn't know what was going on then. I do remember telling because the doctor told me they were going to ventilate me. He said, we can't get your blood pressure controlled. We're going to put you on a vent to stabilize you so you're not working so hard. And I said, oh, good. I could use some rest. That's what I said then.
That's not anesthesia.
Which was true.
Yeah. Well.
But yeah. Anyway, David.
Yeah.
You told me you're dying to get back to Walt Disney World.
Yeah, I am dying to get back there. Yeah, we haven't talked about dead people in a long time, Tony.
No, it's been a minute.
Yeah, we used to talk about dead people all the time.
Yeah. Now people have to understand, like I'm a hospice nurse. One time one time Mandy called me and it was the middle of the day and she's like, I'm not bothering you, are you? Am I? And I was like, no, actually, I'm sitting here with my patient waiting for the funeral home to pick them up. And I was just like charting, like on my iPad, like I do my nursing notes on the iPad. And I was just sitting in the room with my patient who had passed. And she was like, oh my God. And I was like, that doesn't faze me. Like, it's quiet in there and he's not going to bother me while I wait for the funeral home to come pick him up. And I'm sure that's weird to people that I say that.
Kind of. And people don't like talking about it, but it's, this is what it is.
It's part of life.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
You're going to die, so live. That's all. Live while you can.
What's that thing about on your tombstone, your life is the dash in between the year of your birth and the year of your death? The dash is where the good stuff happens.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You can't change the past. And you don't know what's going to happen in the future. So right now is what matters. This moment right now. So this Disney Crush podcast matters right now. This matters.
Right.
Yeah, but I saw something when I was doing some research for the show. And of course, something popped up about they found someone in the parking garage at Disney Springs.
Oh.
Which, not recent, this is a while back, but I think... But it got me thinking, and I started, I went down that rabbit hole, as I always do. The Walt Disney Company, it doesn't release tracking or statistics regarding guest or employee. I guess, hang on, what happened? My mic went out. Under Florida law, theme parks, this is what got me. Under Florida law, theme parks are not required to publicly report routine medical emergencies, natural deaths, or suicides that happen on property. They only report certain ride-related incidents or injuries requiring immediate hospital confinement under a voluntary agreement with the state. We really don't know the exact numbers, but
I'm sure it's a lot that pass away at the hotel, like in the night and stuff that we don't. I remember this one lady, she went on TikTok on this tirade that her family had driven 18 hours and got there. And that night her dad passed. And I don't know what she wanted I think she was just grieving and didn't know how to deal with it. She was like mad at Disney. And I truly feel the guy probably had a DVT where you get the deep vein thrombosis, where you get the clot in your leg because he was confined to the car for 18 hours. She said we drove straight through. Well, there you go. If you don't get up and move around, that's probably what happened. But I think that probably happens a lot, but they don't have to report that. And I think when it happens in public, everybody now has a phone in their hand, has a camera in their hand. So, which is really gross. Don't stick your camera in somebody's face when they're having a medical emergency. That's disgusting. But people do it. So I think we hear about it when it happens. Like when that lady at the Contemporary, unfortunately, she jumped, unfortunately. And there were people there and there were people on the ground. And so it did not go unnoticed. But I think if people die in the privacy of their hotel room, nobody's going to know.
Right.
Like Disney's not going to tell you.
No, they're not going to report that. No, my daughter Bree was, like I said earlier in the show, was just recently at Disney with us, but we had already left. And she was in line and a woman had I think probably heat stroke. And my daughter's an RN. So she said, look, I'm a nurse. She helped her and they got her down with the husband and they got her out of line and then to a safe spot. But yeah, things can happen. And that's the thing is, I'm going to go over some statistics and some information here about all this great stuff. I want to call it great stuff. This is an
uplifting Disney Crush podcast.
It is. In 2025 they had the most deaths of any year occurred in 2025.
At Walt Disney World?
With 7 fatalities. I want to say they're combining both.
Medical emergencies and fatalities?
No, that was fatalities.
Oh, okay.
For 2025. I don't know if this goes into 2026, but like in any amusement park, there's going to be a risk that come with operating rides, and fatalities do happen. You have that many rides, that many people, thousands and thousands of people. Things are going to happen. We just had a recent one here in April. That 54-year-old guy suffered a cardiac arrest on It's a Small World. And no, wow. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say it. In Disney Springs in January, they found someone in the orange garage. Mm-hmm. And I think that might have been self.
Yeah. I think with people that are doing it themselves on purpose, I think there's something to it that Disney's their happy place, that Disney's where they went when they were happy, and they decide that they're going to either do it there or they're going to go there and see if they can get that old feeling back. And then, I don't know, it's sad.
In Disneyland, this is some of the places that people are no longer with us. Carousel of Progress, Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, Matterhorn, and the People Mover. That one surprised me. And then you have Red Rums and the ones that decide to leave on their own. Yeah. And in Disney World, It's a Small World just happened. Mm-hmm. Space Mountain and Big Thunder Mountain.
Yeah. Well, I know that one, the Carousel of Progress in Disneyland, it was actually before it was the Carousel of Progress, though. I think it was when it was America Sings.
It was America Sings.
And that was a cast member who, there's a reason why they tell you not to stand during the show and not to try to leave during the show, because that is a moving carousel. And that's what happened to the cast member. She got kind of crushed, which is awful. And that's why they are so strict about, if somebody tries to stand and leave, they'll stop the whole thing and go back to the beginning. And they're very careful with that mechanism. It was very early on. It was very early in that. And they learned, unfortunately.
Yeah, the demographics are adults 18 to 64. It was 61%. Park employees accounted for 18% of those. Mm-hmm.
We had the one on Veronica's favorite ride, the Primeval Hurl. That was a cast member.
Yeah, from the opening until 2025, 32 people have passed away in California and 72 in Disney World, but those have gone up.
Yeah.
Out of those,
and that's reported. That's not like the ones that die in their hotel room in the middle of the night of natural causes, right?
Right. And only 9 of those fatal incidents were caused by a direct accident involving a ride, such as a defective mechanism or a guest falling from a ride vehicle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that includes the monorail accident, or
I guess because
who knows? The cast member died during a monorail accident too.
Lawsuits, 66% reported fatal incidents. No wrongful death lawsuits was filed. Disney settled in 11% of them, and OSHA fined Disney in 6% of the cases. And
just a couple of years ago, this was recent, that she was a doctor and she was allergic to, was it fish or peanuts? I don't remember. She was allergic to something.
Don't remember. I know we did talk about it.
Peanut. But she was at Raglan Road. She asked the cast member, "Are you sure this is allergen free?" And the cast member said, "Yeah." But she noticed it didn't have the little toothpick in it, but she ate it anyway. And then she went shopping at Disney Springs after, and her husband and mother-in-law went back to the hotel, and so she was alone in Disney Springs and started to feel funny, and unfortunately she didn't make it. But I know that they were going to sue. They were going to sue Disney, but Raglan Road isn't a Disney run restaurant, so I don't know. I don't know if they're responsible because it's on their property.
The age breakdown for all these are children under 10 was 14%. Tweens and teens, 11 to 17 was 9%. Adults 18 to 64, 62%. Seniors 65 plus was 10%, and unknown was 6%.
I remember a child passed away after riding Mission Space very early on, before there was the green side and the orange side. It was just the one with the high G's on you. And that's what made them change to the green side and the orange side, was that child. But apparently he had some kind of congenital heart defect that the family unfortunately didn't know about until this happened.
Yeah, you hear about that kind of stuff. And I don't know if I said it. I don't know if I said this either, but 18% of them were park employees.
Mm-hmm. You think of how many people visit these parks every year. And unfortunately, as I said at the opening, that death is a part of life, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
and there's
some of it is just a law of averages. Like
it is. Yeah.
But,
think about how big it is, how many people in all the resorts and all the parks at one time. And yeah, it's gonna, right. That's why the numbers are so skewed between Disneyland and Disney World. They're so much higher at Disney World because it's so much bigger.
Right.
So, but yeah, you put that many people in a room or area and things are going to happen.
Well, I have always said this is getting off of the death thing. I've always said that Disney is missing there's a market there that Disney's missing, and that's memorials, because so many people have fond memories of Disney and their family. So many people like us now are crazy Disney people who would love to have their memorial at Walt Disney World. And Disney won't do that. Disney has said in the past they don't want to be associated with death. There was actually a lawsuit where a family wanted to put Spider-Man on a kid's gravestone, and Disney said, no, you can't, because we don't want our characters associated with death. But I think there's an untapped market there that, like, if I had my memorial, and it doesn't have to be at the parks, it could be at one of the resorts, like the way they have the wedding chapel, they could have a memorial garden or something, and they could make money. They can, the way they make money on weddings, they can make money on this, and they can sell memorial plaques and benches and things like that. And that's my work. And I think there's a market there, but they'll never do it.
Do you want to take that? Someone could be dying.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, every night at 8:00, I get a text from work. It's a regular.
Yeah, they could let you have tombstones on Haunted Mansion. That would be cool. Or you could do like a look-alike doll and put you in. It's a Small World. That would be cool too. Come in the white room and you see me.
So hopefully next week's show will be a little less macabre, Dave, because I want to talk about D23 and what's coming and what we're hoping is coming.
Okay.
So hopefully that'll be next week's episode.
Okay. If anybody wants to be on the show and talk about D23, give us a ring or email us or direct message us and
or
DM us. Yeah. And let us know. All right, Tony Ann, well, I guess I think that's it. I don't have anything else. Oh, I do. You
have a useless fact you told me.
I do have a useless fact. On this week's Useless Facts. It's a fact.
And it's useless.
It's kind of sort of useless, but yeah, it's kind of interesting. Okay, yeah, for this week's useless fact, when I'm going to say I was probably 12, 13-ish, maybe, somewhere in there. One of my first jobs was at a restaurant called Victoria Station. Never heard of Victoria Station?
No.
Well, in California, I don't know where else they were, but they were train cars, and the restaurant was in the train cars. Mm-hmm. And I got a job as a dishwasher there. I was working, and the manager came in the kitchen and said, I need everybody out front right now and stand in line. And I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about. So all the waiters, all the staff, the chefs, the help, everybody, including me, the dishwasher, there's a little kid, 12 or 13, whatever I was, stood in line. And this huge man came walking down the line, shaking everybody's hand. And on top of his shoulders was a small child, looking back, it was so long ago, but I was maybe 3 years old, maybe 4-ish, maybe the kid, I don't know. And he's walking along, he's shaking, he gets down to me, and I look up at him, and this guy's like 6'4". And I went, oh, that's John Wayne.
Really?
That's John Wayne. So anyway, that was that. Years go by. And the other day, for some reason, I started thinking about John Wayne and when it happened. And I remember when he left, I walked outside, opened the back door, and he was getting into a station wagon. And that amazed me. I'm like, here's a big movie star, and him and his family are getting into a station wagon, and he's driving. Like, why is he not in a limo? Why,
yeah.
you know? So anyway, I started looking into it. I started going down that rabbit hole, Tony Ann. And I don't know what made me think about the little kid on his shoulder, but something came up about his grandkids and this and that. Do you know who Brendan Wayne is?
Brendan Wayne?
Yeah. He's an actor.
No, I don't.
He's the Mandalorian.
What?
Now, he's not Pascal. He's not the voice. He's not the face.
He's the body?
He's the body guy. He's in the suit.
The way that James Earl Jones is Darth Vader, but not the body?
Yes. He does all the work. He's not the stuntman. There's a stuntman. And Brendan Wayne, John Wayne's grandson, is in the bodysuit. Okay.
And Pedro Pascal only shows up when they pull his mask off.
Yeah, and he's the voice, right? He's the
voice, right?
And if he pulls his helmet off, he is right. That's him.
Because I saw the movie and Jabba pulled his helmet off.
Yeah, right.
Well, it wasn't Jabba; it was another Hutt.
Right, but he has all the moves down. This Brendan Wayne, he has, he's been on some sci-fi movies. Plus, he's got that John Wayne probably swagger.
Now I got to look him up on IMDb and see what he looks like.
And so I started going down the rabbit hole, and sure enough, John Wayne lived in Newport Beach, where I lived at the time. And I started looking at the ages of his grandkids, and the male grandkids. It was for sure Brendan Wayne. Absolutely for sure. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to say it was him, because he had 21 grandkids, and I looked at all the ages, and I looked at my age, his age. He was born in 1972, and that was perfect time. How old I was, and that would have made him about 3 years old or so.
Right.
So I actually met Brendan Wayne.
You met the Mandalorian.
I met the Mandalorian.
Oh, I see. He was in Sons of Anarchy and.
Oh, he's been in a lot of movies. Yeah.
So you know what I found out about John Wayne a couple weeks ago? We were watching a documentary about the making of Blazing Saddles. The movie, the Mel Brooks movie,
absolutely.
Blazing Saddles.
Great movie. And
Mel Brooks wanted John Wayne to play the part that Gene Wilder played, and John said no. I would love to, but I think it would distract. People would come and expect it to be a serious John Wayne movie, and they would be distracted, and they wouldn't get the humor. They wouldn't understand that this was supposed to be humorous. So he wound up not doing it. But then there was like a premiere where at a drive-in, people on horses, and John Wayne was one of the people there on the horse watching the movie at the drive-in. So, yeah. But yeah, I guess him and Mel Brooks were friends. And
oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but John Wayne spent much of his childhood visiting and living connected to the family's iconic residence in Newport Beach, California.
Cool.
And I just started putting two and two together. And that's for sure him. I guarantee it had to be him.
That's really cool. I
just so remember that station wagon when I looked out the back door when they were driving away. And so I looked up, you ask Google, they'll tell you everything. he evidently, the Duke was famous for riding horses on screen. Full-size Pontiac station wagons were actually his daily vehicles of choice throughout the 1970s because he stood 6'4" and frequently wore his trademark cowboy hat. Wayne had his vehicles customized by legendary auto designer George Barris. His 1970 wagon featured a widely unique custom job that included two-tone and all kind of cool stuff.
Cool.
He had a 1970 Pontiac Bonneville wagon, his primary vehicle at the start of the decade, which featured Western-themed exterior modifications. In 1972, he had a Pontiac Grand Safari wagon, his next daily driver, which featured a practical custom-raised roof line so he could sit inside comfortably with his cowboy hat on.
So that's the car you saw him in 1972? No?
Well, it could have been. He could have been driving that one. This happened if Brendan was born in 72, 73, I think it was about 75-ish. In 1975, he had a Pontiac Grand Safari wagon, his final family car, and daily driver, which also featured a Barris customized raised bubble top roof and a massive 455 cubic inch V8 engine. Yeah, it's kind of cool. So that was this week's Useless Facts.
That was really useless, but we're glad you know it.
I met the Mandalorian. Well, I met half the Mandalorian.
You met the body.
I met the body of Mandalorian.
Not the voice or the face.
Not the face, but kind of close. I mean, kind of, sort of, the Mandalorian. So.
Okay.
All right, well, that's going to do it. Tony Ann for this week. You got anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, give us a call, guys. Anybody wants to be on the show? Talk about D23.
Yep. All right. I'm going to talk about what we would like to see at D23.
Okay, sounds good. Like restaurants and rides or what? Just anything?
We'll see.
Okay. Well, get a hold of us. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Same place, same time.
It's a wrap.
Then that's it. All right.
Turkey and truth has spoken!
Put a check on that. Can you do that, Dave? Can you put a check on that one?